journal after we go over the activity, just because I want to make sure that we go over the activity. And so on Tuesday we went over symbolism, kind of like really quickly, just to kind of see where you guys are at with symbolism and what you think a symbol is, and what's the literal definition of a symbol, or what is a literal, like what's the difference between literal things and then figurative things, right? So like with a flag, we talked about, like, a lot of you wrote that literally is just like a flag, the American flag, right? But then symbolically it represents like freedom or a country or patriotism, right? So we're going to be going more in depth into that, but with the symbols in Old Man and the Sea. Okay. And then for your homework tonight, you have your Huck Finn essays due. They're due tonight, Thursday.
By 11:59.
11:59. Turn it in. If you want to be able to revise, you have to turn in this draft or this final essay for it to be on time so that you can revise. Okay.
I have my yesterday.
I
I said I have my yesterday.
Nice. You have my homework then for this. And then, at the end of this activity, this will make more sense, but you'll write 3 to 5 sentences on a symbol in your life. It'll be due on Monday. And I'll explain more about that later and what I am expecting from that. Hannah, did you still have a question?
had an off-topic question.
Okay.
I didn't know if you wanted to answer. Do you know if it's like a law that you have to be 18 to work at a hotel?
Yes, it is.
That's what I looked up.
It is a law that you have to be 18 to work in the house.
I don't know why that is.
I'm not sure. If we have time at the end of the class, we can look it up. Okay? So I think we'll skip the journal for now. We might go back to it, even though I kind of like this journal. But anyway.
Marlon, that's huge.
All right, so is this story really just about an old man fishing at sea? No? What do you guys think? What do you think it could be about? Yeah, Anna.
I think it's also kind of about, like, it shows him, like, his bond with, like, the kid, whose name I don't remember, but it shows, like, how it shows them getting closer and how they, like, care about each other, and, like, the young boy that kind of takes care of him to make sure he's healthy and alive.
Great. Okay, that's an aspect. What else? What else could it be about? Think about all the things we've talked about in the Code Hero sheets. So it's kind of vague, right? Or not vague, it's very involved with being at sea, right? Like the way that the author Hemingway writes, it's very just in the moment. So you're kind of thinking like, oh, I'm very involved in this fishing story, and that's probably just what the story is about. But it's about more than that. And that's why I had us talk about symbolism. So today, I'm going to put you into groups, count you off, and you're going to go over in your groups some of the symbols that we've encountered in the stories so far. Okay? And so at the end of today, you'll make a poster with your group, and it'll look a little something like this. So it'll have a bunch of elements to it, and I'll talk about the elements. So you're going to draw the person, animal, or object. So like, for the example, I did sea turtle, right? And then I drew a little sea turtle, which looks like a sea turtle. Right?
I like it.
I was surprised.
It's missing back legs.
Yeah, it needs
Oh.
backwards.
It's an
and then you're going to give a definition of it. So when I looked at the definition of a sea turtle, it said marine turtles, and then it gave like the scientific Latin name, that have the feet modified into paddles, and that include the green turtle, leatherback, hawksbill, loggerhead, and ridley. Right? So that's literally what it is. In your examples about the American flag, when I put up the picture of the American flag, many of you said that it was that the literal object was American flag. There was one person in class that actually went even further to say that he really broke it down. He said that it was that a flag is a patterned object, a patterned piece of fabric, right? Yeah. So you want to get pretty literal with it. So that's why you need to find the definition.
So
a
most-
flag that can't touch the ground or you have to burn it.
That's so sad.
A flag that can't touch the ground?
Yeah, like if
American
it touches the
flag
ground, you
can't
have to
touch the
burn
ground,
it.
you have to burn it.
Which I feel like
Oh,
burning
right.
it is just disrespectful.
Alright,
It's
so,
disrespectful to touch the ground.
and then you're going to include characteristics. So you should have at least 6. So these are just like kind of brainstorming things, like what you think this object is, right? So when I think turtle, I think it's large, it's green, it has a hard shell. A lot of times they're portrayed as really, really old, right? Like Finding Nemo, remember? He's 150.
Then he talks like a 28-year-old there.
Yep. That's what it's funny. They're spotted, and then like they're swimmers. And then I want you to include at least one description from the book about what Santiago says about that object. So he says about sea turtles that they're elegant and they're speedy, and that their heart will beat for hours after they're butchered, right? And that they have hands and feet like humans. So I want you to describe the object.